Hi, welcome to this edition of Connections. I'm Christy Naus with the Community Foundation, and I am in a very special place with a very special person today. This is Chris Copeland, the CEO of Ellipsis. I hope you've heard of Ellipsis, but it's possible that you haven't. You know, the Community Foundation's motto is Better Together, and you've been working better together for a while now, bringing two organizations into one, which has become Ellipsis. So Chris, walk us a little bit through what that's looked like and how those two organizations serving such a special need in our community have come together.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. Obviously we're grateful to the Community Foundation. We can talk more about that, I think, as we go on. But Youth Homes of Mid-America and Youth Emergency Services and Shelter have had a really close relationship for decades, really, right? We serve the same kids and families, we work in the same space, we partner in the same community. So that relationship has always been really positive. And as our systems have changed around us and as the community needs have changed around us, we really started to come together in more significant ways in terms of how we were providing care for kids and families and how we might become more efficient and all of those things. So I think as those conversations started to happen, we really came to the understanding that maybe that should be more significant than it was.
Yeah.
And really, had some great conversations with both leadership and our boards and community partners to say, how could this look and what should we be doing together?
Yeah, especially during the pandemic, and I think you all were having these conversations before that, but I'm guessing it lit a fire a little bit under it. But we did have organizations in our community thinking about how could we be more efficient together. Gosh, we're having trouble finding and retaining talent, but if we were sharing talent, how could that look? And so the Community Foundation really was nimble in its grant-making programs to have strategic collaboration grants to support things just like that. And we were lucky enough to find one another, and it was really a perfect fit for us to step in and provide the resources that your two organizations needed as you were thinking about coming together.
Absolutely. I mean, it was somewhat shocking to me, honestly, that there were people out there like you guys that were really interested in helping support this kind of process, honestly. And I think, it's not like there's a lot of extra dollars sitting around in our nonprofit world to say, hey, we can do some of these things in addition to all the work that we're continuing to try to do. So significant piece was you guys really saying we support this kind of work and we want you to explore this.
Yeah. So if there are nonprofit organizations in our community, or those of you who are watching who are on nonprofit boards that might want to have a conversation, not necessarily for a full merger, but for aligning programming differently, what advice do you have?
First, I'd say hold on to your hat.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bit of a bumpy ride, but I would argue that even if the answer doesn't come to merger or come to yes or come to really significant partnership, that you still should lean into the process because you're going to learn so much more and become, a stronger, better organization no matter where that lands in the end.
I think that's great advice. And, we have supported this conversation with other organizations that's not where they landed. But the value of the conversation and the exploration means a lot. And I think the funding is still very much well invested in making that happen. So it's sort of a whole new time and a whole new future. What are some of the things that you're most excited about in terms of the vision for this new Ellipsis?
Yeah, it's been amazing. The merger was effective August 1st. We've already seen significant I would say examples of the things that we thought we would see, as positives with the merger. We've promoted some staff. We're serving additional kids and families that we weren't before, which is obviously the best part of it. But I think as we think about how things move forward, we're super excited about being able to fill some of the gaps that we know exist right now. Honestly, we're really hopeful that we become the place that can serve any kid and family who is in need, right? So I think sometimes that looks like a referral. Sometimes that looks like a kid who really comes in and stays with us and spends the night or some nights. Sometimes it looks like longer term treatment. But ultimately our goal is to keep kids and families together so that our community is stronger, right? We're hoping that we're helping people get to the place that they want to be. So kids and families are defining their own success and hopefully rewriting their own stories after they take a little pause with us.
I love that. So if people want to learn more or get connected, they can do that probably, I'm guessing, by going to your website.
Yeah, we have a new website, which is awesome. So all of those things are starting to be integrated, and it's really fun to see that up and representing what we really do.
Very good. Well, we're so grateful for you and for all the service that you provide to kids, to youth, and to families in our community. Very much needed. And we're so glad that you stepped up to the challenge on behalf of our community. So thanks for learning more. And I bet you've seen through this one how we are most definitely better together.